Greetings, 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 family, friends, and the world. This is Mikael Eric Harris, better known as the Juice, also known as the Alkaline Water Guy. How is everyone doing on this beautiful night? This is part two of Fight Fire with Truth and Open Conversation. This is Fight Fire with Truth and Open Conversation. Excuse me, which is part two. We didn't actually have I wanted I kind of wanted to call the Cory, Anton and Cory Holcomb, but I really didn't want to just get off. It really wasn't all about them, because I went into scriptures talking about the ending from the beginning and the latter days. These things will be going on. The things that's going on today, people really don't understand, because we're in the latter days. Truth is being told. Truth is coming out, and we're getting down to the men being men. We're going back to the old days. And if you notice, I respect both the fact that Anton and Cory, the fact that I respect the fact that it didn't go as far as it did, because, we don't need to be in public, especially as grown men, with status. I'm not saying I got status or anything like that, but both of those men have status, and they shouldn't be out there fighting like that in public anyway. It should have been behind closed doors, and then that way respect would have been gained. And I'm going to tell you, respect goes a long way, and when a person respects you, like I said, a lot of times people become real friends behind that. Once you actually having a straight up respectable fight, win or lose, when you've been in a fight with somebody, you get respect behind that. You know what I'm saying? You get respect behind that. But I also, like I said, I understand one reason why, because he was shaking. He didn't know what the next move was. And sometimes you can be shaken because your adrenaline get ready to make the next move, or you can shake because you're scared. Now, truthfully, I don't really think that Cory Holcomb was really scared, but I think he was calculating his moves. And sometimes, like in chess, like I said earlier in part one, in chess, when you make a move, you got to know your move. And if you don't know your next move, your next move could be detrimental, right? You don't know what's going to happen in the next move. If you're really not a chess player, you don't know what's going to happen in the next move. So you really didn't know how. So the whole thing, if you're a chess player, you know how to calculate your moves, know what to know. Just got to know how to make your move. And if you're not a chess player, you don't know the next move to take, because somebody's already ahead of you a couple of steps. And that's what chess is about. So, that was the whole thing. And men know men. And like I said earlier, I don't think I said it on part one, but most men size men up, especially when it comes to a point where they're going to think they might, they're going to size them up. And a lot of people size you up, and they be trying you too, as in sizing you up, playing games. That's why, you ain't supposed to be playing no game with no another man. You know what I'm saying? Some people size them up by the words and stuff by they say. It was a size up between everything that was going on, because whether Cory knew it or not, and I'm going to say it again, I'm going to say it from the beginning, Cory was testing him from the door. I don't care how much. It was some woman in blue from Detroit, who said some crazy stuff he ended up, Anton was looking at something about the smoke. He wanted to see what people was thinking about him. In the last part, this girl, sad. This young lady, she was talking about Anton, but she really had it backwards, where her whole conversation was backwards. When she talking about Anton, sounded like she was talking about, when she talking about Anton, sounded like she was talking about Cory. But she had Anton. She was definitely talking about Anton, but the way the thing was, it was backwards. But she was recognizing Anton as Cory, according to the way the conversation was going. And I'm like, man, I can't believe this. And she said she saw the whole thing. When you sit down and look at that, you can see good and well who was in the wrong. And What's-Call's tongue, after What's-Call said what he said, his tongue got a lot calmer, but then he started trying to be slick with it again. I'm talking about Cory now, and I got to be honest. I'm not trying to take sides. I just see it for what it is. And this is what the point about men. When men, instead of trying to take sides, when you see things, you call it out. When you see something wrong, call it out. I'm going to tell you what I saw wrong from the get-go. When Cory was saying he was a sucker. Now, he didn't say directly that he was a sucker, but he was calling voters a sucker. But that's what he do. He votes. If you saying voters are sucker, you calling me a sucker. Well, I vote. Well, I just can't do nothing. You got to listen to what he's saying. He was mainly calling him a sucker to his face, undercover. You see what I'm saying? That's, to me, that started everything. And he said, well, I think people don't vote. I think they're ignorant, you know. And that wasn't really hard, but you just ain't think they're ignorant because they don't vote. Now, that wasn't hard, but he's called him a sucker. So I think they're ignorant. It could have been left alone right there. But it kept going on. It kept reaching. Kept reaching. And then he kept moving. That's another thing. When Anton would make a point on certain things, he'll move the goalpost. He'll say something. He'll move. He's moving, and he won't have the conversation as the conversation is going. Can't get rid of. He's trying to find something to trap him in so he can stay in that conversation. That's what he was doing. I'm gonna tell you what Cory was doing. Cory was playing chess. Okay, I'm trying to go here. Okay, I'm going here. Okay, I'm going here. That's what Cory was doing. People can't see it. I seen it clear as day. He playing chess, trying to get to a king and try to take his king around the board. But Anton was playing chess. He was strategic with what he was saying. He was like, hold on, let's finish. You trying to get me to go along with your narrative with everything you're saying, but I'm trying to get you to understand this is where we at. Well, he was giving certain points to give people, and you know what? That's why we can't grow. We can't grow because we don't listen. We believe what we believe instead of trying to listen and say, wait a minute, I may have been wrong in my life about certain things. And I'm going to tell you, as far as I'm concerned, where I'm at today, both of them shouldn't be a part of it. Well, Cory says he's not part of any party. Me, where I'm at today, I'm sovereign. I'm not political. I'm not none of that. But what Anton said, he said he's a Christian. No, that's something I didn't. He said he's a Christian, right? And like he said, you can make good and bad of anything, and that's true. That is true. You can make anything good, and you can make anything bad. That is totally true. You can take it. A lot of people take this right here and think this is bad because of quote. They say white man made it, right? That's what they say. They don't understand the creator. That's the whole point. This is where understanding comes in at. Get wisdom, get knowledge, but in all your getting, get an understanding. Why? Because understanding will keep thee. A lot of people don't have understanding today. A lot of people is lost with understanding, and they go with belief, and they go, you know what? Something just hit me. And this is where everybody at right here. Jeremiah 16. Even though these are my favorite scriptures right here, but these hit points. Jeremiah 16, verse 10 through 13. 10 through 13. Right here. Here we go. Jeremiah 6. This is where we at today. And people don't even know it. They talked about slavery. They talk about, don't even understand. And I'm going to show you something in a few seconds. Thank you, Father. That just hit me. First, I'm going to hit you with this. First, let me give you that. Let me give you that. Then I can give you why we are there. Why this happened to us. Joel chapter 3. Joel chapter 3. Let me hit that for you. I'm going to give you some understanding. Because there's a lot of things people don't know. A lot of things people do not know, nor do they understand. Right here. Thank you, Father. Oh, look at it. Right here on it. I'm right here at it. Joel chapter 3, verse 3, 6, and 7. Just not to confuse you with the other stuff, I'm going to give you the key. Joel chapter 3, verse 3. All right. I'm hit 1 first. It says, for behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. We could go to verse. I'm going to go ahead and read verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, wherever that may be. We may not know what the valley of Jehoshaphat is today, but it's still living. It's still presented, or it's still out here. And I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage. This is the problem today. We don't know our heritage. Now, Anton said he's a Christian. He don't know his heritage, but that's what he go by. Let me get that part. Definitely got to get that part. For my people and for my heritage. And we are the heritage of the Creator. Israel. And will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations. See, this is what has happened to us, and people don't even know this. People don't even know this. Whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And this is what Anton was trying to give to, trying to tell Cory. This part right here. I don't know if Anton know about this. It says, and they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for a harlot and sold a girl for wine that they may drink. Other nations in other countries did that to us as a people. Now, we got to really understand this. There was people over here before the settlers came over here. There were natives here. I'm not going to say Indians. I'm not going to say Americans because they weren't either one. They were the native of the land. There were natives of the land already here. Plus, they did bring people over here as well. So that did happen. So you can't say one thing happened without the other. Both of them happened. People was already here, but they also brought people here as well. This is where we got to open our mind and stop looking one-sided. We got to start opening our mind up and start looking at facts, truth, and understanding. And this is the key. So it says, and they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for a harlot and sold a girl for wine that they may drink. Right? This is Joel chapter 3. That was 3 right there. And let me jump down to, let me go ahead and read it on down from 3 to 7. 1 to 7, shall I say. I'm at 4 now. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre? Tyre is really I think Tyre was the Edomites, some of the Edomites, and Zidon, and all the coast of Philistine. Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head. Verse 5, because, when I say what, is the cause for everything. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold. They did that all across the country. Haven't they take the gold and silver from one place to another and put it in their museums? And have carried into your temples, their museums, what I was saying, my goodly pleasant things, their museums, their places, their churches, and things like that. This is what they have done. Verse 6, the children also of Judah, this is us, and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto this is your key, the Grecians, the Greeks. They sold them to the Greeks. This is what Anton didn't bring up, but this is what he was talking about. Right here in the scriptures. Ye have sold unto the Grecians that ye may remove them far from their borders. Behold, verse 7, behold, I will raise them up out of the place whether ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. I'm just going to leave it right there. 1 through 7, the key verse is 3, 6, and 7, and part of 2 about the heritage. our heritage. This is the reason why Anton, he would sit and say that he's a Christian. We're not Christians. Christian is a cult. Christian is a religion. The Creator never gave a religion, but see, he don't know that. See, it's a lot of things we all don't know. We all are still learning. But the fact is, he know what he know. Cory know what he know. But we have to be open to conversation to learn more information. We all have to learn. We don't know it all. You know what I'm saying? Now, some people may think just because you got money don't mean you know everything. Money helps you grow in things in life. It helps you get to things and places in life because you got money, fine. Cory and both of them got more money than me. Money, that is. But when it comes to status, it's a different story. Now, I'm not talking about the status among the people and all this other stuff. I'm talking about status on knowing who you are in your status as a individual, your heritage, your language, and your all that other stuff. That's a different stat. That's a whole different category according to the Roman. See, the Roman categories were up where everybody else is in. The majority of the world is under the Roman. This is the reason why I shared in chapter 1, in part 1, Daniel chapter 2, about the statue and the Roman Empire that you're in right now. This is where everyone, if you got a birth certificate, social security card, and ID card, you are of the government of the Roman Empire. You are of the beast. And I don't care how you say it. I don't care how you look at it. You are of the beast. Until you get into your private office, until you get into your executive office, you are part of the system. This system is the beast. Everybody put the two and two. The mark of the beast. No. The mark is one thing. The beast is something else. This is what people don't get. The beast is the system. The beast is this government, which is a corporation, which is the New World Order. The New World Order started in the New World. When the New World started, 1913 to 1933. In between that time, or around one of those times, or around those beginning of those times, is when the New World Order started. The New World Order started then. Really, it's 1776. You can say that then. But the whole point, the New World, when it came to this, is when the birth certificate, social security card, and ID card came about. This is when it's talking about in Revelation 13, verse 16 and 17. This is when the mark, the name, and the number comes in at. A lot of people still looking for tribulation. We've been going through tribulations. All kinds of stuff that people is looking for, we already either we've gone through them, we're in them, or it's still happening now. But people can't see it because they're too busy looking for it when they're in it. And you know what the best analogy that I always use? Everybody is in the toilet, which is hell. Everybody in the toilet stool, around mess, piss, and everything else. Eating it, laying on it, sleeping in it, and everything else. Smelling it. They're so used to it, they can't smell it. But it's going to take somebody, it's going to take the spirit. There you go. It's going to take the spirit to bring you up out of that toilet. And how you got to come up, you got to be cleansed spiritually. You got to be cleansed off. Once you're clean and went through your purification, you can see the toilet and you can see everybody that's in it. That's when you and it's hard trying to pull people out when they don't want to come out. Some people so comfortable. I got money. I got this. They blinging. They doing whatever they doing. They got their cars. They got their houses. They got all this and that. Loving it in the system. Still a slave. An indentured slave. Let me tell you what. Everyone on the basketball team, football team, they all still slaves. Whether y'all understand, they making money. They got their car. They doing it. They still slaves. Still slaves. They're just a high value slave as Kevin Samuel used to say, high value. They're high value slaves, but they still slaves. See, the same way you got to be a slave through when your mother turned you over to the system at birth with a birth certificate, social security card, and ID card, whether you know it or not, and you got your voter registration and everything else connected, you became a slave at birth. And I can say, that's when they put that cap on your head. See, you was a naked, freeborn baby when you came, but they stuck that cap on your head when they gave you a birth certificate, social security card, and ID card. And that's going to follow you from the womb to the tomb until you come out of it. Once you come out, it's a different story. Then you see a different walk of life. You see a different status. You see a different way. Things happen in a whole different way when you get to this point. But people don't know that. People don't understand that because this is something different. It's awkward. It's something totally different than what they know. But the Father, he got everything set up for you. But what did he say in Deuteronomy 30? You have to seek him with your whole heart, your whole mind, your whole soul. See, when you do that, this is when people come to you with information you need to know. And if you think that you're so far above them that you don't want to come to them, or you don't even want to get to them because you think you are that, you don't know what you think you know. You still ain't in a position that you're going to be in or should be in. Why? Because you think you are that, because you got a little bit of money. That's still the Roman Empire. That's still money. They are in control of that. And what the system is going to, digital. And all everybody doing them in digital program. No different than what you're looking through right now on these televisions, computers, cell phones. No different. You know why? Because everything is going from, let me just do it like this. Let's just say this was a card. You know what type of card I'm talking about. They can't pick this baby up. Let's just say this. Let me show you what this is, though. In case y'all want to see. I'm just going to let y'all see that about that much. See what this is, if y'all can see it. This is mine. Let's just say this was a credit card, black card, whatever you want to call it. It's digital now, right? This is digital. So now everything, just like I'm talking about, everything that we have is digital now. Let's say they pull the plug. What you got then? All you rich folks, all you people who got money, all you people doing this, all you people who got this and that, they pull the plug. What you got then? If you ain't got no assets, you ain't got no gold, you ain't got no silver, you ain't got no jewels, you ain't got no stones or crystals, you ain't got no kind of asset that you can trade, borrow. I'm just saying, just suppose. Just suppose they pull the plug because you're relying on the digital asset. People don't think about that. People don't think about that. They pull that plug and you thinking everything you got and you stand in a certain situation, even if they pull not even to pull they just pull your plug. They pull your plug. Wait. What happened to the Will Smith in Enemy of the State? Y'all remember that? Enemy of the State? What happened to Will Smith then? They was chasing him off of something that they didn't know if he had or not. They just, no matter what, they just thought. On Enemy of the State. And many other programs, something like that. I wish I had others in mind to share with you. But the whole point is, they pull your plug. They take your currency from you, the system. But you got to be in a certain status. That ain't going to bother. They ain't got to worry about that. When you get in a certain status, you don't have to worry about that. But until then, you are a slave of the system. You're a slave of the system. And a lot of people don't want to accept it. But like I said over here in Joel chapter 3, this is what happened. What Anton was talking about. Joel chapter 3. I'm going to read verse. I'm going to give you the key ones right here again. 3, 6, 3, 3 and 6. 3, 6, and 7, matter of fact. Joel chapter 3, verse 3, 6, and 7. Because I already gave you 1 through 7. I'm going to hit it again for you, though. Verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they may drink. Verse 6. The children also of Judea and the children of Jerusalem have they sold unto the Grecians. Who I say the Greeks was? Remember I said the Greeks was? They was the bronze. They was the belly and the thighs in Daniel chapter 2. And they devoured the whole earth. The children also of Judea and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that they might move them far from their border. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember over in Africa, it called about the something of no return, the place of no return, something of no return. That happened. That was real. Some people say that didn't happen. It was real. That happened. I'm not saying it happened for this whole country up, because there were people already here. But that did happen to certain ones that was brought over here. Then it says, behold, I will raise them out of the place where ye have sold them. Who are we talking about? Who the Creator talking about? The Africans, the ones over there that sold us to the Grecians. You see? And whether they're Grecians or Romans, both of them is Esau. Behold, I will raise them out of the place where ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. Now, why did that happen? Why did that happen? Because of this right here. Jeremiah 16, verse 10 through 13, it states, and it shall come to pass, when thou shalt show this people all these words, that they shall say unto thee, wherefore have Yah our Father pronounced all this great evil against us? Or what is our iniquity, or what is our sin that we have committed against Yah our Father? Verse 11. Then shalt thou say unto them. See, the Creator always give you a cause and effect. Jeremiah 16 and 11. Then shalt thou say unto them, because your fathers have forsaken me, our ancestors. Your fathers have forsaken me, saith Yah, and have walked after other gods, and have served them, and have worshipped them, and have forsaken me, and have not kept my law. What is Anton doing right now? And I'm not blaming him. He said he a Christian. How much of a Christian? What entails a Christian? Now, that'd be your key. What entails a Christian? Now, I'm not talking about Anton. I'm just talking about things that people don't know that they should know. But what they don't know is what was put upon them, and they're carrying something they don't know. That's all I'm saying. No different than Cory didn't know half the stuff that Anton was saying. Anton was breaking him and schooling him on stuff that he didn't know. Cory only could stand on what he know. But I'm sharing stuff that Anton may not know. I'm not saying he don't know. He may not know this. All this is done. Everything that's going on was from the Father. Oh. Excuse me, that cold came up. Everything that has happened unto us happened to us because the Father did it to us because we transgressed the law. Now, you tell me, what is a Christian? A Christian is someone that believes in what the Creator just about to say in a few moments. Believes in the idol. And the world is still there. You'll still try to bring it to their understanding how they believing in the idol. They can't. But see, that's still their mind is blocked. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you that in a few moments. I'm about to get, Father giving it to me tonight. Okay, let me get that together. Came up practically right up on it. There you go, right there. That's it, right here. Got it set. I'm just giving you the reasons and the understanding why we're going through the things we're going through. A lot of people are satisfied where they're at because they understand where they're at, but they understand for what they're in. They don't understand where we're at because they don't know how we got here. And this is the reason why I said declaring the end from the beginning. Isaiah chapter 46, verse 10. Actually 9 and 10, which I read just before we got off of part 1. But this right here is giving you understanding. It just told you from ago in Joel chapter 3 that they sold our people for sold a boy for a harlot and sold a girl for wine. Then they sold us to the Grecians that they may move us far from our borders. But why did that happen? Great is telling us right here. Again, verse 10. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt show this people all these words, and they shall say unto thee, wherefore have Yah pronounced all this great evil against us, or what is our iniquity, or what is our sin that we have committed against Yah our Father? Then shalt thou say unto them, he's telling you, this is what I want you to tell them. This is why. Because your fathers have forsaken me, saith Yah, and have walked after other gods, and have served them, and have worshipped them, and have forsaken me. People worshiping Jesus, Buddha, Prophet Muhammad, Farrakhan, whoever, anything, you're breaking the first commandment. That's the key. When you call upon anybody's name, in Jesus' name, you're breaking the first commandment. In Muhammad's name, you're breaking the first commandment. In Yeshua's name, you're breaking the first commandment. In Emmanuel's name, you're breaking the first commandment. Even if you're talking about Buddha, you're breaking first commandment. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. When you say in anybody or anything's name, you just broke the command. Well, what should we pray in? The name of the creator of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The creator of Israel. That is his name forever. Now, even though it's a title, it's a name. That's it. That way, you don't believe me? Go to Exodus chapter 3, verse 15. Exodus 3, 15 and 16. Let me make sure I get that correct. Because they got one, everybody thinking is Ahaya. Let me make sure I get that correct. It's Exodus 3, 15, 14, 15, or 16. Exodus. There we go, right here. Exodus 3:15. Exodus 3:15. And Yah said moreover unto Moses, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, the Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, has sent me unto you. And say, this is my name forever. You see that? This is my name forever. And this is my memorial unto all generations. The creator of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's how you recognize them. Whether y'all get it or not. But here we go. And have worshipped them and have forsaken me and have not kept my law. This is part 11. Jeremiah 16 and 12. And ye, which is you, have done worse than your fathers, than your ancestors. Talking about us, our people. For behold, ye walk everyone after the imagination of his evil heart. And that's what everybody do. Cory walking after his imagination. Anton walking after his imagination. Everybody else in the world walking after, but they ain't walking after the imagination of Yah, which is giving his laws, his statutes, and his covenant. And I can understand Anton is on the road to understand because this is what he believes and where he's at. You know? And he believes he's living a certain lifestyle. Whatever lifestyle it is, I can't tell you what it is or not. But it's still blasphemy to the Creator's word. I could show you that in Revelation. I ain't gonna do that. I could do it tonight. I'm only 30-something minutes in. But I go to Revelation and break it down. I can do it right there in chapter 13. When it says he made an image. Ooh, come on. Man, I'm about to go into it tonight. But I can show y'all. And what he's talking about, and I got history on me to break it down to you as well. See, that's what you gotta go by. History, prophecy, and the scripture and the Creator's word, which is the law of the Almighty. But here we go. Verse 12. And ye have done worse than your fathers, for behold, ye walk everyone after the imagination of his evil heart, that they may not hearken unto me. Unto who? The Creator. How do you hearken unto his word? 13, last verse for this point. Therefore will I cast you out of this land into a land that ye know not. We didn't know this land, even though we was born over here. They called it Chicago. They called it Detroit. They called it Michigan. They called it Illinois. They called it Lansing. They called it California. They changed the name of the land. They came over, took the land, and changed the names. Now Detroit, I know is named after. I think that Detroit is after a native tribe. I think Illinois is after a native tribe. You know what I'm saying? They respect, I think they take names, they respect certain things for certain reasons, for whatever. But we got a lot of native tribes and things and stuff like that. But what have they also done? They've taken names from Germany and put them on streets over here. Am I right or wrong? This street not too far from me, that I know name is, I performed in Dresden. It's a street over here named Dresden, right up the street from me. Dresden is a city that got bombed, in World War II. They still building when I was performing when I was in Europe. Went there to perform, had a good time. But they gave me a little bit of history on it. Dresden is a city in Germany that was bombed, and they still building the city. And that's what, and it's more than that. About 3 or 4 names. It's all kind of names of German names of streets over here in America. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep moving. Verse 13. Therefore will I cast you out of this land into a land that ye know not, neither ye, which is you, nor your fathers, and there shall ye serve other deities, gods, day and night, where I will not show you favor. And that is what has happened to us. So we have not been shown favor. Now Cory has his portions of things that he haven't seen favor in. Anton have seen things that he haven't had favor in. You know, but a lot of things, everything has their own purpose for things. Everybody has different experiences. All across this land, Detroit is different than California. Chicago is different than Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Mississippi is different from Alabama. It's different things going on in different places all across the land. If y'all don't think about it, if y'all don't believe me, look back in the 80s and the 90s when we was coming up. In different places around, matter of fact, the 70s. 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s when we was coming up, when we was growing. In each different area in the world, in the country, there were certain different things going on. Detroit don't have gangs. That's why we stand alone. That's why I said, angry man, got to give you props. I got to throw you out there. You did a good one on Anton and Cory today, because you analyzed everything as you was going through. You wasn't biased, but you were showing things as it was. And if you look at the whole thing, you got to understand it and see it for what it is. No matter how much people want to try to call out Anton, it was brought to him for him to bring it out the way he did. And all he did was stand on principle as a man. And if any of y'all are men, y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't care where you at. I don't care where you at, where you are. You stand as a man. And everybody have their different ways of standing. I can't speak on other people. But you stand as a man. And if some people can de-escalate the situation, which was good. Cory did that. He did a good job at that. He de-escalated it by not going out. He turned around in the chair and said, no, because what's going to take it outside? When he de-escalated it, it should have been done right there. It could have been smooth. But you know what? It still would have been a talk, but both of them would have had, it would have been in both of them favor. Because everybody could see it. If Cory would have left it alone, it'd have been like, okay, it didn't go down. Cory didn't want to go that far, even though he didn't say nothing. He didn't say it again because he didn't have to. Both of them money would have been messed up. That's what it was about. He ain't come there to fight. He come there to have a conversation. It's about money. If Anton come on the show, it was about money for Cory and it's about money for Anton. For both of them. For both of them, but everything went the way it went. Hey, if Cory hadn't stayed on that conversation, it could have went smooth. They could have ended on a whole different note. Because I believe, because I'm the same way. When I'm sincere about something, I'm sincere. If it was ice, it was ice. He apologized. Anton, now I tell you, I'm gonna tell you, I'm just like that too. If I apologize to you, it's over. I'm good. I'll give you a hug, man. Man, we good. We can apologize. It's ice. We good. Let's move. But let's go get something to eat after this. You know what I'm saying? And then we can say, man, that was what it was. But Cory kept harping on it. Cory kept harping on it. And that's why it ended up the way it did. That's why it ended up the way it did. I sure wish those brothers could have ironed that out. But like I said, when Woods called said, man, I'm good. He shook his hand. He said, I'm good. Cory kept harping on it. And you know something? And I got to say it, and I don't know if I should say it, but I'm going to say it. It looked like there was some trauma there with Cory. Because I can understand if we'd have said that and it was done, it's over and done, and no need to keep harping on it. But now, cheap shots is being put in, implemented. Now you're trying to bring up something that has nobody else knew nothing about the situation that he's trying to get. Now, if she's on his platform, he don't know nothing about his platform. So you're trying to talk about it, and then that's what he meant by not being on code. You know, and you know, my wife know that I can have another wife if I choose to, because this is our lifestyle. The lifestyle we live in is not our lifestyle, but we think is our lifestyle. I'm talking about this in the world we live in today. But she know I can, but I choose to be where I am because I'm not bringing nothing in that's going to break up what I got. If I get another one, the Creator going to bring her my way. And I'll know. But I know the Creator gave me who I have. So you can't mess nothing up that's already going good. If your wife know you, you ain't got nothing to worry about. So that was a cheap shot there. And then you're trying to know something on camera, which is, if you want to know about that, talk to me off camera. You should have talked about that before we even got on. You're bringing something on camera that you don't even want to bring all the way out. They ain't think about all that. So I'm just being honest. I'm being honest. I'm being straight up. And that's just how I am as well. But we got a lot of boys out here. And I'm saying boys because instead of being honest with the situation, and it was one show I seen when I think Anton, he was talking to another group, and one brother was saying, one woman was saying, yeah, about one winning. He said it ain't about winning and losing. It's not about winning and losing. Cory was standing his ground, and Anton stood his ground. It's not about winning or losing. People want to make it look, and that's the difference. We put each other up against each other too much. That's why we can't get nowhere. That's the crab in the barrel situation. Oh, he won. Soon, right after the first time I seen it, I turned. I'm seeing Cory or Anton. They got Cory or Anton. Whose side you taking? Something wrong with y'all. Y'all the problem. Instead of trying to resolve things, y'all too busy trying to make money off the calamity of things that didn't happen. And if you know, you see me here, I'm just speaking. I get on, I speak, I doing what I promised the Creator. I ain't monitor all that stuff. I haven't even gotten to that point yet. My computer is still would you say prehistoric? I got a ThinkPad. I gotta get me, and I ain't ashamed to say, man, listen. I ain't ashamed to say what I am, who I am, because I'm who I am, and I'm living. You know what I'm saying? Some people out here want to be like, oh, see, they got to, I ain't got to show, what's all that? All that ain't nothing. I mean, you can't take it with you. All the stuff you get while you're here is only a moment in time. It's good to enjoy what you have, but enjoy what you got, not what you're looking for to get. I'm enjoying what I have. I'm enjoying my wife. I'm enjoying my children that comes around when they come around. I'm enjoying the comfortability that I do have. Whatever I have, I'm thankful for what I have. If the Creator bless me with anything other, I'm thankful for that. And if I'm trying to get something, I'm not trying to kill myself to get it. Because it's going to come. That's the difference that people should work hard for what they want, but the whole thing is, how hard do you have to work if it's already meant for you? I'm not saying don't work, but you got to work for what you want and what you need. Man, boy, our people it's sad. But like I said, that Jeremiah 16:13, therefore will I cast you out of this land into a land that ye, which is you, know not, neither you nor your fathers, and there shall ye serve other gods day and night, where I will not show you favor. That was Jeremiah 16, verse 10 through 13. And right now, as I was sharing, I'm about to share with you as well, the reason why people are like the way they are today. Isaiah chapter 29, actually verse 10 through 13. I'm going to read 13 because that's the key verse. Then I'm read 10 through 13. But the key verse is this. Wherefore Yah said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth, they do a lot of talking about the Creator, and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear towards me is taught by the precepts of men. And guess where your precepts of men come from? Christianity. Yeah. Oh, why you say that's the precepts of men? And you know, I'm keep hearing, oh, Ethiopia. They had their Bibles. So how many other Bibles? Y'all talking about Ethiopia? How many other nations had their Bibles? The Creator had the word from the beginning. But who did he give his word to for his word to go through? Israel. That's who he gave his word to. I don't care how much Ethiopia had what. That's just something written no different than, oh, they had their Bible before the Romans had theirs. The Egyptians had the hieroglyphics. But the word was before that. Do y'all know about the Hammurabi Code? Scriptures is there too. See, the law has always been here. Do y'all know about the Ma'at out of Mizraim, which they call Egypt? The Ma'at, the 42 negative confessions. Do y'all know about those? Oh, this is of the law. It's of the law. But the Creator specifically gave his law to Israel. And how do I know and understand it was given to Israel? Because the stuff we going through is written right here in the book. The stuff that has happened from then up until now and this coming is written right here in the book. This is who the law was for, and this is who he said was going to be a kingdom of priests. This is how you get to know, by studying, researching, and finding out knowledge and information. People choose to follow, just like people follow Christianity. We all was at one place at one time, well, we all are supposed to grow. See what I'm saying? I like both of them. I mean, when I say I like both of them, I think both of them are brothers. I don't have nothing against neither one of them. I don't have no side, you know. Excuse me. Anton's a fellow Detroiter. And I just seen today we showed, I think he said he's on Green Lawn. I think it was Green Lawn. Green, I don't know if it was, it had to be off 6 miles, 7 miles, somewhere up that way. Somewhere 6 miles, 7 miles, near 8 Mile. Between 8 Mile and 6 Mile. Green Lawn. I know what that's at, on the west side. I think he said Green Lawn. It was A Lawn. Where he grew up in Detroit. I'm like, man. I got him by some years though. I got him. I think I got him and Cory by some years. I got him and Cory by some years. More. I got Anton by more years than I got Cory. But yet and still, you know. But other than that, you know, man, we just got to grow. We got to come. Things is happening for a purpose. That's all I got to say. Even this happened when that happened. It was for a purpose. Number one, it happened on national. It happened nationwide for a purpose. Number one, it all depends on where your mind at. You got to get your minds right. These was two brothers at odds. That's all it was. That's what we go through. The cowards get guns. I'm just gonna say it. Cowards got there. My trigger finger. They scared to fight. Now, if you get to the point where you have to fight, you know you can't fight or you're sick or something. Cory could have been sick. He could have diabetes, don't even know. Could have cancer and somebody don't, you know, anything. You know what I'm saying? I thought about that when I was sitting there looking. I said, man, Cory could be sick. He's an older guy. He might got things going on people don't know about. You know. Many of us still feel young in many different ways. But many of us know that we're older as well, and there's certain things we shouldn't do. So we should watch how we talk to people, what we say, the way, because you never know what somebody else is coming or the way they're gonna come. And I have right after that I felt the sincerity in Cory's voice at first. But he got to talk about the woman and this and that. Where did that come from? A lot of people choose to do what they want to do, but then I really want to tell you this. Let me get this last point in Revelation because I just hit my mind because I don't want to leave it. I really want to tell you this. There's a lot of people with demons in them. In this world today. That don't know they got them in them. And just the actions that they show. I'm not talking about Cory or Anton, but I'm just saying people in general. They have demons in them. And just the fact on your intellect. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about other people out here. But this situation really shows who have, even Democrats. Democrat and Republican, throughout all 25. There you go. Throughout all 25. These Democrats come in with stuff, and I'm not a Democrat or Republican. I'm a watchman. Okay, I'm a sit back, I'm a watchman. You want to know what watchman is? Ezekiel chapter 33, 1 through 20, then 30 through 33. Ezekiel 33, and then Ezekiel chapter 2 and chapter 3. Check those two chapters out. 3 chapters out. Chapter 2, chapter 3, and chapter 33. But in 33, skip 21 through 29. Skip that because that's a story. But 1 through 20 and 30 through 33 in chapter 33 of Ezekiel. I need to check those things out. But over here, now, I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I feel like I will go through it. But I'm going to give you portions in here so that something you may not know. And then if y'all want, let me know if y'all, whoever stayed around long enough to know, I'll give you the breakdown to this if you ever want to know. So y'all come on and let me know what you want to know. Or connect with me. My number's in the information. Right here. First, number one, I'm going to say, I'm going to skip through certain points here to show you about the Roman Empire and where we at. All right. The first beast. Revelation 13, and I stood upon the stand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads. To break down those 7 heads, that's the 7 continents. That's the 7 heads. And 10 horns. The horns are power. These are 10 horns, 10 powers upon the continents, and upon his horns 10 crowns. Whatever those powers were, those 10 kingdoms. Those crowns represents kingdoms. Right? And upon his heads, the names of blasphemy. There go all your different blasphemy, all the different religions and all the stuff that like I said, Buddha, Islam, and all that other stuff, the Father never gave none of that stuff. That's the name of blasphemy. Father never gave all those religions. That's where the blasphemy is coming from. But now, second half of 2. And I'm just going to go from here. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. The dragon was the Greeks, which gave the beast, which is the Roman Empire, his power, his seat, and great authority. He gave Rome everything, which was still Esau. All he did is say, here, son, take over. That's all Greek did to Rome. And Rome took over. And then number 3, I'm just giving you portions here to get an understanding too. And I saw one of his heads as it was wounded to death. On one of the continents, sound like Europe. And I saw one of his head as it was wounded to death. And his deadly wound was healed. And what was that? Christianity. Why was it wounded to death? Do your research. I'm going to give you something to look up. King Constantine, y'all know, in 325 AD, brought up the Council of Nicaea. But look at King Constantinople in 381 AD, when they moved out the Arians, and this is where Christianity started to build with the bishops. 56 years. That was the deadly wound. The deadly wound was the Arians and the bishops fighting for 56 years, trying to build Christianity in the world under the Roman Empire. And that's the deadly wound, when the deadly wound was healed, which is Christianity. Another point of blasphemy. And they worshiped the dragon, who, Greek, which gave power unto the beast, Rome, and they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is like unto Rome? When you're in Rome, do what the Romans do. If Romans all over the world, you're going to do what they do, right? Who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemy, and power was given unto him to continue 40 and 2 months. Those great things and blasphemy was Christianity. And this was in the Tinsdale Bible, the Geneva Bible, the Tinsdale, Geneva, and there's one more that I had. Tinsdale Bible, Geneva Bible, and the excuse me. There's 3 main ones that I used, because I remember looking up. Tinsdale Bible, the Geneva Bible, and the Wycliffe Bible. There we go. The Wycliffe Bible. Those were the 3 Bibles after the Law and Prophets. These are the ones, and then they had the Great Bible. Then you had the Authorized King James Version, which was the 1611 Bible. Then you had the Revised King James Version, which is where you had Jesus in that Bible. The Revised King. See, all this right here, blasphemy and all this stuff that's going on. In verse 6, and he opened his mouth in blasphemy against Yah, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. Remember I was talking about heaven? Here. Them that dwell, that number 6, break it down. And he opened his mouth, blasphemy against Yah. Christianity. And all the other Christians and religions across the world. But people don't know that. This is what you think, a dragon. The 7 heads of the dragon, 7 continents. This stuff people don't know. Creator has given me to understand. When I seen it, Creator gave this to me. Let me keep it moving. And was given unto him to make war with the saints. Isn't that what happened to us as a people? This is why we don't know who we are. The Father said that I'm going to send you a land that ye know not. There you're going to serve other gods, wood and stone, gods your fathers haven't known, where I will not show you favor. I just read that. I'm giving you understanding. And was given unto him to make war with the saints and overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. That's worldwide. That's all 7 countries. They took over everywhere they went. People don't see that though. Verse 8. And all that dwell upon the what? And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him. Who? The beast, the Roman Empire. shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundations of the world. I have to go into that to break that down for you, because the Lamb is the spirit upon Israel and upon Judah and upon Israel. That's the Lamb. People are looking for one man. When it talked about the Lamb, I'm about to go into it. When it talked about the Lamb, it talked about the spirit, Sheol. You find that in Genesis chapter 49, verse 8 through 12. Your key verse is 10. Genesis 49 and 10, when it says Sheol, not Sheol. When it says Sheol Sheol is hell. Satan is the grave. Let me get it for you. I hate saying something without getting it. I gotta get it. Verse 10. Let me break it down for you real quick. Genesis 49 and 10. Let me get that for you real quick. See, here you go. Hey, Father, give it to me, give it to you. Right here. The scepter shall not depart from Judah. The scepter. What does the scepter is in the king's hand? The scepter anoints those, right? Or he dubs those. That's what the king does. He dubs those. Judah is the one that is the lawgiver. What it says? The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet. His seed, Judah's seed, is the lawgiver. Not talking about one man. It's talking about the seed of Judah. Judah itself. Everybody looking at it, because that was taught to the world. Until Shiloh, there you go, till Shiloh come. Let me hit 10 again. The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come. Shiloh is the spirit in this day and time. Shiloh is the spirit in this day and time that's going to rest upon Judah and upon Israel to awaken the world. That's the Lamb. Judah is the Lamb. People don't understand. And unto him shall the gathering of the people be. Now they say him, they think it's talking about one person. Him is Judah as a portion of Israel, which is Judah is the one, the nation out of Israel that has become great in the earth. Because we always talk about the matter of fact, right over here, what it says over here in verse 8 and 9, before you get to 10. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Don't everybody talk about Judah today? See, I have to go back and show you facts. Don't everybody talk about the Lion of Judah. You don't hear about Issachar or all these other nations. You hear about Judah. Thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Isn't that what we're doing right now? Talking information, letting be known the real truth and facts. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Verse 9. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art going up. He stoopeth down, he crouches as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall arouse him? Then 10, which is the key. The scepter shall not depart from Judah, neither a lawgiver from between his feet. That means his seed is lawgiver, not one man. Judah's seed. And like I break down people, let me put this in your ear. David is the establishment of the Creator's kingdom. The seed of David. David had more seeds than just Solomon, but he had other sons and daughters. Sons, I can say daughters. He had other sons as well. But we're looking at David's seed. Now, look at the main seed from David, which is Solomon, that came after David. Solomon had 1,000 wives, 700 wives, 300 concubines, meaning other nationalities, but yet and still 1,000. Think about how many children out of 1,000 children that spread it throughout the world from those 1,000 seeds. Oh, this is too far over people's head. They can't see this. Think about how many children that those seeds had throughout the world. A tree don't carry one fruit, and that one fruit don't have one seed to carry one, like the way they reading it. People's minds are blind. But let's keep it moving. So, now, that was the end of 8. And all that dwell upon the earth, you see that? And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him. Who is him? Whose names are not written in the book of life. To worship him who? Rome, the Roman Empire. Slain from the life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world. Now let's go over here. I'm saying I wasn't going to go through it like that, but I'm giving you understanding. Now, the second beast. I'm just giving you certain points this time. Usually I go straight through it. I'm giving you certain points out here. Second beast, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. See, it's another beast, another kingdom. And he had two horns like a lamb. Guess what two horns is? And guess what the lamb means? The lamb means being young. The two horns is Democrat and Republican. This is what I mean by being stuck up in something you don't know you caught up in. And had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. All right, spoke as a dragon, because whichever one won, Democrat or Republican, they spake with authority. They spake with authority. Verse 12. And he executed all the power of the first beast. All the power of the first beast, what? Christianity and everything else they did. Only thing they did when it came to the games of the Roman Empire, the games of the gladiators, they didn't just switch from killing men and killing animals and stuff to switching over to now they got games. Now they got team and team battling each other. But what's the key here? Money. Money is the key now. And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed, which was Christianity. That's the deadly wound, Christianity, right? Now, you can believe it or not. I got proof of everything I'm talking about. You can be just like Anton trying to school Cory, and Cory still believing what he believed. No different than I'm sharing information and y'all can still stay right where you at. No different. I prove what I'm talking about. You can stay where you're at if you want to. I know where I'm at. But check this out. What I really want to get to down here, verse 14. And deceiving them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, which is of the system, saying to them that dwell on the earth, here we go, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image. This is in your New Testament. The image is your Jesus. Your Jesus. The image that they should, the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, the image to Roman Empire, which had the wound by a sword and did live. What wound was that? Christianity. What was the image? Jesus. 1611, Zeus. Zeus don't have a image. But when you get to the Revised King James Version, you got Jesus. Now, if you start saying Isus, I-E-S-O-U-S or I-E-S-U-S, you don't have you say that, people don't know what you're talking about. Say the word Jesus. You got an image come up in your mind, whether if it's Caucasian or melanated. An image gonna come up in your mind of a man with a halo and all kind of stuff. Because that's what we've been taught and programmed. And he had to the beast which had the wound by his sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. Who had power? The beast had power to give life. Don't people say Jesus lived today? Jesus lived today. My Jesus. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as men that would not worship the image. Isn't that what the Crusaders did? Crusaders went around making people accept that Jesus. They went around making people accept that Jesus. And how they make them both speak. Everywhere in the red words, that's Jesus talking. Jesus said, what would Jesus do? Jesus said this. Jesus said that. Jesus. People don't know. Don't have understanding. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. That's what the Crusaders did. Now you can read it all the way down here, but when you get to 18, well, right here when it says, and he causes both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond to receive. Now the mark is later on, which is in this day and time, if not later, but in this day and time, the mark in their right hand or in their forehead, that's the mark. People talk about the mark of the beast all the time, but they don't recognize who and what the beast is. That's the system. But the mark is something that the system won't come with, which I believe was the jab. Then it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the, let's get the mark out the way for now, because that's last. Or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. The name is your is the name and number is in all caps, which is your birth certificate. I don't think it's your birth certificate anymore, but I do believe, because the birth certificate is a bond. But the Social Security card and your ID card is in all caps. That's your name. That's not your name. That's the name that they're talking about. And that no man might buy or sell, say that he had, except that he had the mark. We're going to look at mark. We're going to say the name of the beast or the number of his name. You look on the back of your Social Security card, it says it's not yours. So it's the beasts. It's the systems. But when you go to 18, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding, count the number of the beast. Who's the head? For it is the number of a man. Oh, this electron, protons, and neutrons and all. No. This talking about a certain man. You're coming up with your own idea. This talking about a certain man of the Roman Empire of the beast. For it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 score and 6. 603 score and 6, that's the Pope, who took over from Caesar. A lot of people, boy, Brother Vine, you say, y'all need teaching bad. We all got to learn. We all got to learn. We all got to pick up. We all got to grow. But a lot of people they choose to be where they want to be. I'm thankful the Father has allowed me to get to where I am and where I'm growing to. Other than that, I just like to say that I am that Mikael in Daniel chapter 12, verses 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's me. Showing the holy people who they're really supposed to be. Waking them out of their dead beds, which is really in their heads. For all of you who's living in the new, this is for you. I'm that same Mikael in Revelations 12, battling that red dragon where Satan dwells, who deceiveth the whole world but prevail him not, because the horn is blown without a doubt. This prophesies for you to see that Mikael is really me. You know what? Something come to my mind. I'm going to call this checkers and chess. Anton and Cory. Anton's checker and chess Cory. For Cory chess. That's what's kind of on my mind on giving. But right now, what we're going to do, we're going to end this night with the benediction. Great, get ready to get off because we've been on here for a little while. I just hope everybody got something out of the information tonight on this way, this platform, and with a better understanding. Excuse me. So, before we go, Instagram look like they good. Nope. We on YouTube Live. YouTube Live. Let's see what we got over here. Okay, we got Makasir. What's happening, bruh? How you doing, Makasir? MH Jurity Rules. What's up? DJ Green 18. What's up, my guy? What's happening? And DJ Green 18 said hi. How you doing? How y'all doing? How are y'all doing? Glad that y'all came through for the moment that you were here. Let's look over here. call me Big Mama. How you doing, Big Mama? Glad you stopped by for a quick moment. Team Abbas. Team Abyss. How you doing, Team Abyss? Sound like my brother Abyss that I used to know in Atlanta. Who play, I think he played the guitar, but how you doing, bro? I think that's you. And Tom Snyder. How you doing, Tom? All right, just want to say greetings to those who came by, said hey, and just at least stuck their head in, you know. But other than that, just like to say that I thank y'all for your time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye, and also let you know that I am that Mikael in Daniel chapter 12, verses 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's me. Showing the holy people who they're really supposed to be. Waking them out of their dead beds, which is really in their heads. For all of you living in the new, this is for you. I'm the same Mikael in Revelations 12, battling that red dragon where Satan dwells, who deceiveth the whole world but prevaileth not, because the horn is blown without a doubt. This was prophesied for you to see that Mikael is really me. I thank y'all for y'all time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye, and we're going to end it with the benediction, which is in Numbers chapter 6, verse 22 through 27. This is the benediction that the Creator spoke to Moses to tell Aaron to tell the people. And it states, and Yah spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto Aaron and unto his sons, saying, on this wise ye shall bless the children of Israel, saying unto them, Yah bless thee and keep thee. Yah make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. And Yah lift his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. And they shall put Yah's name, which is the law, upon Israel, and Yah will bless them. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shekevo, Bakuto V'olam, Va'ed, Hallelujah. Hear, O Israel, Yah our Father is one Father. Blessed be thy glorious kingdom forever and ever. Hallelujah. Praise you, Father. Bless you for all you do. Been doing the plan to do. We bless you, praise you, and thank you for all you've done. Been doing the plan to do. Keep leading and guiding us so we can help lead and guide others in your knowledge, your word, your ruach, and your way. We bless you, praise you, and thank you for all you've done, given us, and brought us to. In your holy word we pray. Hallelujah. 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 Thank you, Father. Yeah. So from here, just like to share with you, as I was sharing in part one, that on Tuesday rising, at 7:30 a.m. and at 9 p.m. after dark, after the sun go down on Tuesday, at 9 p.m. Eastern time and 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. Excuse me. We have Introduction to Sovereign Class of Knowledge. In Introduction to Sovereign Class of Knowledge, we're sharing with people how to get into their sovereign status, how to become, how to get into their national status in order to become to get in their private office. Now, this is something that you'll learn. If you're interested, you're welcome to come through. All I ask you to do is text me your name, number, and email, and also text me that I would like to know more about the sovereign classes. And what I would do is put your email in my calendar, my Google Calendar, and it's going to come up in your email, and you will accept my dates that we have for my Zooms. And then once you accept it, they're going to come up in your email, in your calendar. That way you'll be set to come to you can come to any night that we have going on. Plus, you'll be ready for that night as well, because that's Zoom only. at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time and at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, the time of Tuesday, as we call it. Um, it's on a day, and that day, excuse me, and that will be on Zoom and Zoom only. We're not public on that. This is private. Other than that, you can text me that information or call me at 770-572-5315. That's 770-572-5315. Don't forget to add, when you text me that, your name, number, email. Also add that you want to know more about the sovereign classes. Now you can also email me at Lakaim at Gmail, which is LKHYYM at gmail.com. That's LKH. Excuse me. That's LKHYYM at gmail.com. All right. Now, if you'd like to get on any of my platforms publicly, or like to connect with me on YouTube and my X, formerly known as Twitter, that's YouTube and X, formerly known as Twitter, under JuicePro33, which is spelled JUICEPRO33. Again, that's spelled JUICEPRO33. Please, that's X, formerly known as Twitter, and also my YouTube. Please like, subscribe, and share the information. That's JuicePro33. And don't forget, you can also connect with me on Facebook. My Facebook is Mikael Harris, which is spelled MI''CHAEL space THEJUICE. Again, that's MI''CHAEL space HARRIS. Now, if you'd like to connect with me on Instagram and one of my TikToks, my Instagram and one of my TikToks is Lakaim_the Juice, which is spelled LKHYYM_THEJUICE. Again, that's LKHYYM underscore, excuse me, underscore THEJUICE. That's one of my TikToks and my Instagram. Now my other TikTok and my other YouTube, is under Michael the Juice Harris, which is spelled MICHAELTHEJUICEHARRIS. That's MICHAELTHEJUICEHARRIS. That's my other YouTube and my other TikTok. Please like, subscribe, and share. And now on my full version, which is on Patreon and Rumble. There's patreon.com and rumble.com. Both of them is /LKHYYM. That's rumble.com and patreon.com /LKHYYM. Now, if you'd like to get on my YouTube, my Instagram, my Zoom platforms, you can, I'm in the post, but like I said, text me your information and I can give you that. And also, we're on every Sunday, the night after Sunday, should I say, at 9 p.m. Eastern, which is of Fight Fire with Truth, which is Open Conversation, which is tonight, which is at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And tomorrow night, which is night after Monday, we have Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. Mikael's Knowledge of Truth, which is tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Excuse me, Eastern Time. That's Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. And then don't forget, following that night after Monday, we have the Rising of Tuesday, and the night after the sun go down Tuesday, we have at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time and 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We have Introduction to Sovereign Class of Knowledge. Introduction to Sovereign Class of Knowledge. I gave you the information on how to connect with me there, and we'll go from there. And then we have on the Sabbath day, which is people call Saturday, on the Sabbath day at 12 p.m. noon, which is at noonday, which is the beginning of the evening and the end of the morning at noonday, at the peak of the day, we have Assembly of the Righteous, which is the Assembly of the Righteous, which is the righteous come together on the Sabbath day to do Yah's will by going through the Word, keeping the Word, and studying the Word. We going through the book, and right now we're in First Kings. Next week we'll be in chapter 2. Excuse me. Next week we'll be in chapter 2. So other than that, I'd like to thank y'all for your time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye. We're going to say bye to Zoom first. Love you, appreciate love you. Hope anybody got some information out of this. And like I say, I don't know how I'm going to call this. Cory Chess. Anton Chess, Cory Checkers. Maybe. It all depends. I might just call it Cory and Anton and Cory. That's where it went. Love you, appreciate love you, and always. Peace. Zoom. See you soon.
Recording stopped.
There we go. All right. And over here on Facebook, I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. Appreciate love you. See you tomorrow night, and always, peace. That was Facebook. All right. Turn top on the nose. Instagram. I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. Appreciate love you. See you soon, and always, peace. All righty. Over here on YouTube Live, I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. For you who came through and you are here, I thank y'all for coming. I hope you enjoyed the information for tonight. I see you soon. Please like, subscribe, and share. And always, peace.